All right, the Mariners beat the Mets 3-2 in 10 innings last night. They did it with just 4 hits and tremendous pitching.
Yeah, you can't say enough about the pitching right now. A walk-off win, Cole Young coming through. Josh Naylor, had that big home run to get him on the board. But there you see the celebration, the smiles. J.P. Crawford, Cole Young just having fun. They're having fun again at the ballpark. 7 straight wins, as Paul mentioned. Another walk-off win. I believe that's 3 walk-off wins in 4 games right now for this team. So in first place, things are going the right direction right now for this team.
Yeah, they really are. And we talk about it, it seems like every day on this program, but they just keep trotting out stud pitcher after stud pitcher, and then they get these guys coming in. Those pitchers only really have to go 6 innings, give them a quality start, walk away, hand the ball to the bullpen, and it's just choose your weapon out there when it comes to that bullpen. And Gabe Spire just came on last night and hit the bulk of that Mets lineup and just took them out. So a lot of great things happening from the starters to the bullpen.
Yeah, you mentioned Gabe Spire, and a lot of people are looking at Cole Young as, their MVP last night with that big hit, or Emerson Hancock. No question about it. But Spire, to me, what he did in the 10th inning, that was absolutely amazing. Hancock's numbers we're going to get to in a sec. But as we just talked about, the Mariners bullpen last night, lights out. The Mariners used 4 pitchers out of the pen. They didn't give up 1 hit or even 1 walk. They had 5 Ks in 4 innings.
And then the bullpen, you can't say enough about the job that they did. Just coming in there, guy after guy, just, kind of taking the baton from the guy before him and doing the same thing. And when you got, that many guys going out and putting up zeros, that's a huge thing. And again, we talked about, that 10th inning and being able to hold them at the beginning of the 10th inning and how important that is. Gabe, with, sort of the meat of that lineup, just went right through him. And I thought that was a huge part in the ball game where you knew that good things were going to come on your end. And
yeah, to see Gabe Spire pitching like he did last night is a good sign. He pitched in 76 games last season, led the Mariners with 24 holds. And Paul, we can't say enough right now also about another pitcher on that team, Emerson Hancock. And what a difference you got. Gabe Spire, the tats are all down the line, just looks like a bad boy. And then you got the country good boy, Emerson Hancock, and what he's been doing right now, Paul, sensational.
Yeah, man, he's like a silent assassin out there on the mound. Hancock, tremendous. Going against a Mets lineup that is outside of Juan Soto and maybe Marcus Semien is a very unrecognizable bunch. They've had their share of injuries, of course, and the Mariners took full advantage of it last night. But Chris, we talk about it on this show. The Mets have a $334 million payroll, tops in all of Major League Baseball by like $25 million over the Dodgers. Whoever thought that? But again, they're trotting out all this kind of dough. You can't hardly recognize any of their guys except for Juan Soto. And despite the fact they are playing better baseball, the Mariners they've got them handled because they're facing a Mariners pitching staff that can definitely stand up to anybody in that lineup.
Well, let's bring it up again. Let's look at Emerson Hancock's stats because absolutely impressive what he has done with this ball club. 6 innings pitched, 2 runs, 2 earned runs allowed, 7 strikeouts, no walks. That is 8 quality starts right now. 8 quality starts this season for Emerson Hancock, Paul. I mean, he's been on fire.
Yeah, he's tied with Brian Wu with 8, and that's second to a group of pitchers with 9 quality starts this season. The Mariners have the longest current winning streak right now at 7 games. The Rangers are second, having won 4 straight. So let's take a look at the AL West standings. The Rangers keeping pace with the M's in the division. They're 2.5 back, followed by the A's, Astros, and Angels. And again, Hancock and Wu with 8 quality starts this season.
Yeah, a year ago, Hancock was more of a sinker slider pitcher. Here's where I'm getting a little baseball nerdy, talking with my college baseball son. This season, he has leaned into a sweeper, and last night that sweeper was nasty. At one point, Hancock retired 12 straight. After the game, Hancock talked about his approach last night.
Attacking the strike zone, being able to land off-speed pitches in different counts, early or late, and just trusting your stuff.
You tell that a stretch like this was going to come eventually for you guys?
I mean, you never really know, but I think as a team you stick together, you keep fighting, you take it one day at a time, and we believe in each other. We love playing with each other, and when you get a little momentum, good things can happen.
Listening to Emerson after last night's game, he talked about kind of that, what you mentioned, Paul, like we just need to give 6 really good innings. And it's gone are the days of these pitchers wanting to go 9. They know on this Mariners staff, now that you have Brash back, you have Spire back, we just got to go 6 strong. If we get a 7th inning, great. That's quality. But you go 6 strong, you're going to hand it over to the bullpen. The bullpen, if they did what they did last night, I mean, that was nasty. No hits, no walks from that bullpen.
Yeah, outstanding. And then offensively, we're seeing some of those young stars, you know, they used to come up here. Sometimes they struggle against major league pitching because they do so well in the minors. And like, yeah, you start throwing the curveball, breaking ball, and they face major league pitching, and that's when they run into trouble. But Colt Emerson is a young guy who's having no trouble. Cole Young, same thing. Colt Emerson, 1 for 3 last night, solo homer. He's had 50 plate appearances. That's it so far. And he's hitting 250. And Chris, you can't say enough about this young guy.
Yeah, I think there were some people wondering, you know, if it was too soon to bring him up. He was getting his numbers were starting to improve in Tacoma. And no, it hasn't been too soon. Only 50 plate appearances. He's only going to get stronger. You remember last year, it felt like when they got to the playoffs, Cole Young just wasn't seasoned enough for those playoffs. Colt Emerson's going to be ready if this Mariner team makes a playoff run. Last 14 days, 263, 10 hits, 3 doubles, 2 home runs. He is crushing the ball, hitting hard. 5 RBI. I mean, he has been playing great baseball. You got Colt on one side, and then you got Cole Young on the other side. And Cole Young, if you want to look at last night, a lot of people are going to look at that walk-off hit, Paul. It's actually a double play that he turns earlier in this game that ends up being very big in this game. Tags the runner, throws to first, gets the double play. Sensational defense from Cole Young. But how about that game-winning hit? After the game, the youngster talked about his approach at the plate with the game on the line.
Yeah, it was a great win. I feel like in that bat, just the main thing was just, you know, relax and just try to keep everything simple, try to keep the approach simple, really just put the ball in play. You know, helped a ton that Randy stole third right there and brought the infield in. So just made it a lot easier for me. And yeah, like I said, just put the ball in play and stay simple.
I do need to ask Brad Adam if he's getting jealous at all. You know, you get Colt and Cole, Paul, and their hair is just so full and so strong. And Brad, for years, has been known to have the best hair at Mariners games. But now you got these youngsters coming in, and they got the smile. I don't even think they shave yet, Paul. They're so young, but they're doing damage.
I'm not even sure Colt Emerson can have a beard yet. But, yeah, it's an interesting group of guys out there that certainly have just hit the ground running.